Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick video editing show. We're going to be doing more of our channel update here. We now have the entire assembly put together, and we're going to go through the assembly edit and see what needs to be trimmed or removed or expanded upon. I'm going to say there's probably some fat that we can cut out here. Let's also, real quick, because it's not exactly an intensive project, we don't need to save the video effects for the end. We're just going to throw on the color correction that we did for this one. We're going to put that onto the one that we have here. So let's take this, let's go to this. We're just going to put this on all of these. And let's also change these to yellow. So we're going to go to label, change it to mango, and then paste the Lumetri, but not the audio settings. Right. Oh, and the motion if we had any motion on there. Whoa, that's not right. Oh, I see what's going on, because we... So let's paste this on. We didn't have this as a... Right. We're going to close this. This is supposed to be 720. And this is 1080. So we have to remember to change that every time. It should crop it, yep, to be exactly the way we want. I might have to move it a little bit though. It looks like the camera was in a different spot. Grab all this, grab this and this, paste. Whoa, how did that happen? Oh, it's pasting the color. But how is... I copied this. I'm pressing copy like 5 times now. It shouldn't change the one that we just added. Premiere doesn't do that. Paste, motion, there we go. Now it matched all the other ones, good. And we're gonna do a little bit of fine tuning on this because the it looks like the color temperature didn't match exactly from the last one. The iPhone just chooses some auto settings when it shoots, so you kind of have to screw with it every time. Welcome Peer-to-Beer to the show. Let's get an exclamation mark high to Peer-to-Beer joining. What are you up to today? Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick vlog. Now, our family of channels has grown. The Voice of Nick Pantheon is getting very large. So let's do a Voice of Nick channel update. Guys, we have a lot of stuff happening right now. Number one, right on this very channel, Voice of Nick Vlogs, we just released our newest video, which is, well, aside from this one, the Metal Gear 2 classic game review. That's a big one that we've been working on for a while. I love the way it turned out. Go give it a look. Let me know what you think. Now, moving on to the Voice of Nick Twitch channel content, we have a whole bunch of gameplay series happening right now. One of our best lineups, if I do say so myself. And the biggest reason for that being that my favorite franchise of all time, we're finally doing it on stream, the Metal Gear franchise. So we've gone through... I left this raw edit in. Stream the Metal Gear franchise. Stream the Metal Gear. Oh, I see what that is. The Metal Gear franchise. We have a lot of stuff happening right now. Number one, right? Guys, we have a lot of stuff happening right now. Number one. Now, moving on to the Voice of Nick Twitch channel content, we have a whole bunch of gameplay series happening right now. We're finally doing it. And the biggest reason for that being that my favorite franchise of all time, we're that my favorite Nick Twitch channel content. We have a whole bunch of gameplay series happening right now. One of my favorite right now, my favorite franchise of all time, we're finally doing it on stream, the Metal Gear franchise. So we've gone through Metal
What am I missing here?
One of our best lineups, if I do say so myself, and the biggest reason for that being that my favorite franchise of all time
We'll leave that for the next round.
and we're finally doing it on stream, the Metal Gear franchise. So we've gone through Metal Gear 1 and 2, then we moved on to Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, and now we're on number 4 at the moment. These games are amazing. They're still as immaculate as I remember them. It's been so special to share these experiences with you guys, a lot of whom have not seen or played them before, so getting to see your reactions and what you think of these games, I'm so happy to be able to do it. Now, aside from Metal Gear Solid, we have a bunch of things happening. Duolingo, our Japanese daily Duolingo streams, we've passed.
Is that something that can be changed? Peter Bear is good? Just hanging out? Alright, sounds good to me. Enjoy some nice chill editing process.
We've gone through Metal Gear 1 and 2, then we moved on to Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, and now we're on number 4 at the moment. These games are amazing. They're still as immaculate.
I think that we don't need to say this because we're going to show clips from all of them, so it won't be necessary to actually show that.
Franchise of all time, we're finally doing it on stream, the Metal Gear franchise. So we've gone through these games are amazing. These games, Metal Gear franchise. On stream, the Metal Gear franchise. These games are amazing. They're still as immaculate as I remember them. It's been so special to share these experiences with you guys, a lot of whom have not seen or played them before, so getting to see your reactions and what you think of these games, I'm so happy to be able to do it. Now, aside from Metal Gear Solid, we have a bunch of things happening. Duolingo, our Japanese daily Duolingo streams, we've passed the 500-day mark on Duolingo. We do very short shows at this point. Duolingo streams are only about 10 to 15 minutes long at this point. We actually have a huge amount of lessons that have not even been explored yet. Kind of, you know, going towards that thing that Bruce Lee says where it's like, Duolingo streams, we've passed the 500-day mark on Duolingo. We do very...
So this is one of those things like on the SAT exam where it says like which sentence can you remove, because the fact that they're short streams is important, but or it's like an interesting anecdote, but it doesn't serve the thing that I then say right after it. It seems like these should be combined, these two thoughts.
Duolingo. We actually have a huge... We actually have a 500-day mark on Duolingo. We actually have a Duolingo streams. We've passed the 500-day mark on Duolingo. We actually have a huge amount of lessons that have not even been explored yet. Kind of, you know, going towards that thing that Bruce Lee says where it's like, I don't... Kind of... that have not even been explored yet. Kind of towards that thing that Bruce Lee says where it's like, I don't fear the man who has done 10,000 kicks one time. I fear the man who's done one kick 10,000 times. We're really focusing, instead of focusing on branching out into new stuff all the time, we're focusing on really getting the fundamentals that we've already learned and cementing them into our brain, which really helps a lot because those streams are entirely in Japanese now. It is certainly a huge challenge, and I think it improves my Japanese speaking. Hopefully it improves your Japanese retention as well while we're doing it. So valuable for everybody. Which really helps a lot because those cementing them into our brain, which really helps a lot. it is certainly a huge challenge, and it into our brain.
Okay, we don't have to say they're fully in Japanese. That'll be shown in the clips.
It already learned and cementing them into our brain.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff where, like, in the assembly, we don't really think about, like, what, you know, the edit is going to look like. We just put everything together in order, and then we start thinking, like, do we need this, or is it necessary for the story we're trying to tell? And that is not necessary.
The fundamentals that we've already learned and cementing them into our brain. It is certainly a huge challenge. And
Gerber's missing the TV head? Well, there will be plenty of TV head on here because we're showing a lot of clips from the stream, so there will be TV heads. I like to think of this camera angle as like the TV head is implied. It's like outside of the frame of the picture, so you can't see it, but it's there. It's there. It's just a larger TV.
We learned and cementing them into our brain. It is certainly a huge.
Yeah, that works.
Already learned and cementing them into our brain. It is certainly a huge challenge, and I think it improves my Japanese speaking. Hopefully it improves your Japanese retention as well while we're doing it. So valuable for everybody. A new gameplay series is happening right now as well, Outer Wilds. We started on this game a little while ago. We're only a few episodes in, but I'm already absolutely adoring it. This game has an incredible art style. I actually bought it sight unseen, and I had just heard like it should be played. I didn't even know what it looked like. I didn't know anything about it. It's got a really incredible art style. It's got a whole lot of super polished mechanics. I basically fawn over this game every time I play it, just praising every aspect of the UI and the mechanical design. So, oh man, I'm excited to be playing more Outer. So, oh man, I'm excited to be playing more Outer Wilds. Another sort of milestone for us is that we have jumped back into.
Okay, so we can cut that.
Another milestone for us is that we have jumped back into the Elder Scrolls Arena. For anybody who doesn't know, Elder Scrolls didn't start with number 3, despite the fact that most of us kind of think of it that way. Elder Scrolls Arena is the first Elder Scrolls game from 1994, and anybody who remembers way back into the beginning of our channel, I attempted to play this game, maybe as one of the first games that we ever played, and I couldn't get the hang of it. Now, we're making a lot of progress. We're getting really good results in this game finally, and it has an awesome story. It's insanely mechanically complex, especially for its time, even for now. The bartering system in that game is more advanced than most RPGs of the modern era, so I'm really enjoying Elder Scrolls Arena. I hope you guys are too. Now, we're making a lot of progress. We're getting really good results in this game finally, and it has an awesome story. It's awesome story.
We're gonna have to see if we can get away with this. We might not be able to. We might be running out of luck here.
Great.
Yeah, because I'm right in the middle of saying something. Welcome, Chuckster, to the show. What are you up to, Chuckster? We are editing our channel update.
Awesome story.
Oh, that kind of works.
Great. It's an awesome story.
Yeah, I think that works.
Story. I'm really enjoying Elder Scrolls. Awesome story.
You'll notice that when I'm trying to make one of these kind of like audio cuts, I'll actually I'll make it so that you're only looking at black while the audio cut is happening, because that's the experience when you're editing something and you're making these kind of edits where it doesn't matter what the video looks like. It actually hurts your ability to judge how good of a cut it is if you're looking at the video. Because if you just look at a jump cut
in addition
like
to
that, you're like, oh, well, maybe this feels like a cut. But if you're just looking at black, then you're forced to only think in terms of the audio.
Awesome story. I'm really enjoying.
Yeah, so that works pretty well.
Awesome story. I'm really enjoying. And it has an awesome story. I'm really enjoying Elder Scrolls Arena. I hope you guys are too. In addition to that, because we don't have enough giant RPGs that we're playing, Dark Souls 3 is on the docket, and we've been
So we've already removed 30 seconds from kind of like the total runtime. We don't care that much about making it shorter, but I think 7 minutes is going to be a pretty good spot for it to live, and that means our assembly will have to be somewhere around like, or like our VO edit will have to be somewhere around like 6 minutes, because the clips we're going to add will probably be pretty long.
RPGs that we're playing. Dark Souls 3 is on the docket, and we've been blasting through that game, doing a lot of cool stuff in Dark Souls 3. I've been a little disappointed at the beginning because we haven't had that much difficulty yet. We're about 30 hours into the game, and we haven't really run into those kind of like super tough bosses that you kind of expect from the Souls games. The first boss apparently was supposed to be like really hard for a lot of people. We beat him on our first try, and we beat most of the other bosses on our first try as well. But the level design and the story. We've been blasting through that game, doing a lot of cool stuff in Dark Souls 3. I've been a little disappointed at the beginning because we haven't had that much difficulty yet. We're about difficulty yet. Had that much difficulty yet. The first boss. Difficulty yet. The first.
People were saying, did you watch the Tokyo Game Show today? No, I didn't watch it. I didn't know they were broadcasting it. Man, when I was in Tokyo 2 times ago, 2018? No, 2017, I was actually at the Tokyo Game Show. And that was when I knew very little Japanese, and I was trying to like do business in Japanese with my like very limited skills. That was a heck of a time. Tokyo Game Show is great. I believe that's one of the biggest video game events in terms of how many people are there.
Difficulty yet. The first.
Is there any good stuff like announced at it, peer-to-peer?
Haven't had that much difficulty yet. The first boss. We haven't had that much difficulty yet. The first boss apparently was supposed to be like really hard for a lot of people. We beat him on our first try, and we beat most of the other bosses on our first try as well. But the level design and the story of Dark Souls 3 has been incredible. A lot of great tie-ins to the previous games in the franchise, which, as you guys know, I'm always into that sort of thing. So we're enjoying Dark Souls 3 in its own way, and I'm sure it's going to ramp up the difficulty soon. We know it always does. Now we have a long form. You know it always does. Now we're also.
What comes after that?
Now.
Oh, I breathed on the mic.
It does. Now. It does. Now we're all.
Okay. Chuckster's saying they announced the remaster of Nier Replicants. Oh, right. Is that supposed to be a remaster of Nier, the original Nier for the Xbox? And it's like they renamed it or something? I heard a thing about that maybe I guess like it was a rumor or something. I'm not sure. But that's not the remaster of Nier Automata, or is it?
Sure, it's going to ramp up the difficulty soon. We know it always does. Now we have a long-form gameplay series of Animal Crossing New Horizons. Shout out to Azure Tundra for sending over that copy of the game. Our Animal Crossing town is going strong. We're adding all sorts of new businesses. We're building up our home, adding some nice little vignettes, as I call them, little kind of like scenes around our town. I love that game. It's very relaxing to play, talking to the museum guy, doing all the various things around town is so much fun. So I love Animal Crossing. Our last gameplay series, Phantasy Star Online.
It's kind of redundant. Let's see if we can fix that.
Doing all the various things around town is so much fun. Doing is so much fun.
Yeah, because I already said that I love it. I don't need to say it again.
To play, doing all the various things around town is so much fun. Our last gameplay series.
That's better. Whoa.
game. It's very relaxing to play. Doing all the
Chuck's just saying it'll be on PS4. It's not the remaster of Automata. Okay, it might be the one that's a remaster of Nier Replicant, you're saying? Oh, I think that's the Japanese title of the original Nier. Yeah. See, it comes up with the page for actual Nier. And then in an alternate version for the 360, in Japan it was called Nier Gestalt. In 360 there was an alternate version called Replicant, exclusive for PS3, with a younger main character. A high-def remaster of that one is in development. Yeah. I think there's a slightly different storyline, was my understanding. I remember looking this up because I wanted to play Nier, the original Nier, and then I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't know which one I'm supposed to play. That's cool, though. Yeah, it looks like it's coming out on all that stuff. I'm definitely going to get that for PC. It's so confusing the way they come up with their titles in Japan.
very relaxing to play. Doing all the various things around town is so much fun. Our last gameplay...
Right, so we want to go like this. Yeah, that's definitely going on the list, though, because I loved Nier Automata, and I'm certainly down for whatever they put out. Whatever new stuff they put out.
That game is very relaxing to play. Doing all the various things around...
Yeah, that's a better edit. Good.
On town is so much fun. Our last gameplay series, Phantasy Star Online...
Oops.
Phantasy Star Online 2, we're playing that game entirely in Japanese, like the version for Japanese people. So all the text, all the speech, there's no English in the entire game. It's only Japanese. And it's a huge challenge, but it's also really, really informative. Throwing yourself in the deep end with that kind of stuff is super important for learning, and I found that to be a really helpful, additional tool on top of our Duolingo stuff.
It's funny, I almost talk about, I only talk about the Phantasy Star as a learning tool. It's like Duolingo and Phantasy Star Online 2 are the same thing for us. Good stuff. Hey, Peer-to-Beer coming in with a gifted sub. Thank you to Peer-to-Beer for the gift sub. Let's get an exclamation mark hype in there. And an award for Peer-to-Beer. Gifting a sub to James, 1991. Let's get an exclamation mark hype in there for James as well. Welcome back into that Coffee Posse. James, as a member of the Coffee Posse, you got many things on here, including the Voice of Nick emote, legendary status in the chat and Discord, 200 meatballs, higher chance to win in the heist minigames, and ad-free streams. You also have that handsome sub badge in front of your name. Thank you so much to Peer-to-Beer for gifting. And welcome back, James, into the Coffee Posse. Ladies and gents, a momentous... possibly the first gift sub on our secret streams. I'm not sure that that's true, but I want to say it's one of the rare, if it's not the only. Chuck's just saying, I would agree, Phantasy Star is a learning tool. Yeah, and it's very entertaining learning tool, but we certainly use it. It's funny because I'm sure the developers never intended for that, but for us, it works perfectly as that kind of thing. It's that type of difficulty that's pretty significantly above our level, but it's close enough to our Japanese reading level that we can kind of grasp it, it doesn't just, it doesn't repel us, it just makes us want to, it's the carrot on a stick, basically.
On top of our Duolingo stuff.
And then this will be a clip of us playing it.
Now, outside of the Twitch streams, outside of the video content in general, we have a brand new podcast. Books and Games has just launched on iTunes, Spotify, all the major podcast platforms.
Okay,
it also
so
has
now...
a YouTube channel if you want to see the books narrated with the subtitles scrolling down the page as well. This is a podcast...
Good. So we got to roughly 5 minutes into the edit. We sheared off 45 full seconds from the cut so far. So now we're at 7:15. And we're going to get even shorter there. Hey, Peter-Beer gifting another sub in there. Let's get an exclamation mark hype in that chat. And Zombie Nation Plays. Welcome back as well into the Coffee Posse. Of course, you get many things on here that you're seeing on screen, including the Voice of Nick emote, legendary status in the chat and Discord, 200 meatballs, higher chance to win in the heist minigames and ad-free streams. You also have that handsome sub badge. Let's get another exclamation mark award in that chat for Peer-to-Beer, gifting those subs. It's very nice of you, Peer-to-Beer. Thank you so much. And once again, Zombie, congratulations on your gift sub. And ladies and gents, on that note, we're going to call it a show. Thank you for joining. We are over halfway through the second round of edits on our channel update. After this round, we start adding B-roll, which is even more fun, where we source all the clips from our streams and insert those into the edit itself. So stay tuned for that. If you want to find where these videos get posted, you can go on YouTube and look for Voice of Nick Vlogs, which is the name of the YouTube channel where these go. You can also click the link I posted in the chat there. We already have 9 videos on the Voice of Nick Vlogs channel that are fully edited and released. This will soon be the 10th one once it comes out. And guys, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.